must be so full of chocolate dice. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. First play from scrimmage, Stafford. He's got Cooper Kupp on the slant. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack, and they're staring up at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. This defense for the Rams, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, but all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
3rd and 2. Love with it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Walker finding room at midfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. A quick throw out to Lockett. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Love now to pass on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Off the play fake, Love. He hits his target, Lockett. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 16. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. He's at the 40. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Going right back to Akers. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block to let his quarterback get hit.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to Walker on 1st down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action this time with Love. On the move to his left. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. In motion left goes a tight end. Play fake. Here's Love. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 13-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other.
Walker hit and the ball is out. And the Rams have got it back.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll try the jet sweep. Stafford pops it forward. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Up the middle, here's Walker. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's going to get this complete here to Lockett. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
A gear for Walker running right. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Love. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Again, Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. first down at Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he rifles one incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford, that's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Man open is Robinson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 25 on 2nd down, Stafford. This is caught. Touchdown. Cooper Kupp. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Rams will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 10-7. Kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 11 now. Love. That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well inside the 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. First down going to the air with Love. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, They couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
From the 27, Love. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On third down, Love. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Straight ahead, Walker. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 68 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Love, they go play action now. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. They'll give it up to the big man Walker. Down right around the 25. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Love now. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Stafford on 1st down. And some room to maneuver. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 50, Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll go again here with Akers. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Stafford trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to have it here just past the 25. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 77 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
This complete to Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So the scoring dried up here in the third. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Hand off here to Walker. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So they'll try to move the ball closer here on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Myers' kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, the bad news, they had the turnover last time. The good news, their defense only surrendered 3. So now we are set up for a great finish, all tied here in the fourth. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game.
And he loses the football a second time. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. Nice move by Lewis. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
On 2nd and 15 now. Love. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. To throw now, here's Love. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. A tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Now this throw caught left side. On the move past the 40. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
From the gun, it's Walker. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Love. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Rams are going to get the football back at their own 17. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, They're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side, and he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. Caught out left side by Robinson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he'll take this one down to the 36. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
And Stafford's going to take it himself. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give, running right is Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the handoff, running left is Akers. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Here's Love. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Rams have just about sewn up this football game. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
So the LA Rams with a victory here. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever